Hey guys, it's me Nas, and I'm going to give my predictions on WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday. So overall, the build-ups it's kind of bit like it's alright, I guess. But to me, it's one of those things that yeah, they're trying their best to do whatever it takes to build up some matches and hope for the best that is going to become most anticipated and most watched in the near future to determine that if this match is considered to be great to remember, knowing that another year of WrestleMania. So they have little time to build up, and there are some build-ups that are like planned and scheduled to make sure that people's gonna, remember them by for the next foreseeable months for Raw, SmackDown. But regardless, they already announced the match, and of course, before I'm gonna continue, let's face it, the Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, it was already been, um, I would say they take it off a bit because Randy Orton at this point, was, looking forward to face against Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens got hurt, and yeah, he's out of the picture. So it's gonna be a shame. They were supposed to be, I think, in WrestleMania Sunday, but it's still right. I think they're gonna, WWE is gonna do whatever it takes to recover that one match into something like a segment, or they will add something to it. But regardless, they're going to do whatever it takes to make this match, good as possible, and to avoid from that one match that was already being, removed. But here is the predictions. First, WrestleMania Saturday, night one. So we'll go first from below to above because the above is the main event. Now, Rey Mysterio versus, well, basically Chad Gable, but El Grande Americano. Um, I think I will have to go with Chad Gable. I think this is the time. It's kind of a bit obvious that Rey's gonna beat this guy, but you need to at least let Chad Gable had his time to win a match at WrestleMania. I think this might be his first. I might be wrong. His first WrestleMania singles or maybe his match ever. And we already know that Ray has some, matches that he won in the past. So why would you not let Chad Gable get the win here, right? So hopefully it's alright. But, if people prefer Ray, it's alright as well. Next one will be Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Their build up is alright. I do get the feeling that yeah, they take out Jade because of course the injury, but when Naomi turns heel, to be honest, she really did a good job as a heel, and I'm still thinking that Jade's gonna win. It's kind of a bit obvious, like this is her first singles match at WrestleMania. Naomi is also her first singles match at WrestleMania. I might be wrong about for Naomi, but the thing is that Jade is like, I do think that she's gonna win, regardless. This is about getting her, payback against Naomi. The next one is the World Tag Team Championship match between the War Raiders versus the New Day. Now, I'm not really too high on this. I really do almost invested in the New Day's heel turn, but it wasn't making me feel that okay, how would this work? Because the War Raiders were champions. Now the New Day is going to do whatever it takes to win the tag team champions again. But it wouldn't make any sense. Like the heel turn of the New Day. I know still people hate the New Day, but how would you going to recover from all this? And hopefully that whatever happens. In my case, the New Day to me, I would give them a chance. So the New Day is gonna win this match. Next one is the United States Championship match: LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. To me, Jacob Fatu needs to win. Like this is his first singles championship match that he's going to win. And knowing that LA Knight is already a two-time champ, let him, he already had his time. It's kind of a bit a shame because he was champion for a few weeks ago. So let him, let him lose the championship so that Jacob could have a good run with it. Next one would be the WWE Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Now, their beef or their history is a bit, yeah, messy because they were too personal at this moment on. And it kind of leads to a miscommunication part where, yeah, Charlotte was too much on Tiffany that one promo during the two screens, and then when we get to the ring, Tiffany hit basically the low blow to Charlotte in terms of the personal, situation that happened outside the ring for Charlotte. So yeah, he needs, to be honest, Tiffany needed that because she was being humiliated during the two string situation. So why, added the divorce and then, at age 25 between both of them. So it was great. And I want to see Tiffany retain. I don't want her to lose the championship. I don't get why, people too high for Charlotte. Like, yeah, she's a Flair, but you don't need to make her this overly, you know, powerful individual in WWE. There's more than just, one talent. And you have to let Tiffany retain. She's been champion since January. The first SmackDown of this year. So why would you let her lose against Charlotte of all people? This is their first encounter. Let Tiffany retain. I hope Charlotte is the one putting over talent at this moment on because it's their time. Next one is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther versus Jey Uso. At first I was invested, but we already know that Jey, the moment that he cried at one point, it really took me apart that, yeah, I can't support Jey because of that. You can't let a babyface be a bit weaker to let them cry just because they can't beat a bigger ultimate heel. Like, again, Jason is the underdog. I don't think this doesn't make sense to me. I know there's some people who can relate, but you can't just tell me that that is a weaker version of someone crying over that they can't even try to beat this guy when they don't believe in themselves. And yeah, Gunther faced against his brother Jimmy. That led into a bloodbath, which is like insane. So it kind of make us feel that, yeah, we want to carry this match, but I have to go with Jay. It's kind of a bit obvious, like he's gonna win. I feel bad for Gunther because he has to lose another WrestleMania match, but let's face it, Jay deserves his flowers to finally silence the critics. Now people may not like Jay because of his movesets and yeah, he's too much overrated, blah blah blah. But we already know that Jay's gonna win the championship. It's kind of a bit obvious. Like if you support Jay this far, I can guarantee you your guy's gonna will be a new World Heavyweight Champion. The triple threat match main event, which is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Um, there was a lot of rumors. People would say that, oh, there might be a possibility that Seth is going to align with Paul Heyman once the match is over. He's gonna win the match, and then Paul's gonna be the one helping Seth. I can see that from happening. They've been teasing this. There might be a possibility, unless this is just only trying to hype up the match, and then things didn't happen. To be honest, Paul Heyman was good for being a heel, and he backstabbed a lot of individuals in the past, both wrestling kayfabe wise and then in real life. But let's face it, I think that I want to see that happening. So my prediction of this, I want Seth to win and Paul Heyman align with him as well. So hopefully that is gonna work out. And yeah, not mostly in night one. The main event is the one that I'm most anticipated of, or the most interest for me. Second would be at first I was interested in this, but because of Jay's cry, it made me move back for that to 3. And yeah, mostly I'm still looking forward that, hoping that they will do whatever it takes to make night 1 special. But yeah. Alright. Next one will be WrestleMania Sunday, night 2. I think night 1 has the most matches than night 2, if I'm not mistaken, but regardless, or maybe it's just, yeah, I think it's just, hoping that they can make something, special here, especially that the main event is already been special at this point. First of all, we'll get to below to the top. So AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Obviously, I want AJ to win, let's be honest, but if they're gonna make Logan Paul win, we already know that AJ is selfless. He doesn't want to you know, he wanted to put anyone over regardless, but I don't really think it's necessary for Logan to win this match. This is just a match where who is the best between these two, but I want AJ to win, man. Sin City Street Fight, Damien Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna pick Damien Priest on this one. Drew had his moments. Like, I don't really think it's necessary for Drew to win another match. Damien Priest, he only has like, he won with Bad Bunny at one point. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, he lost the tag team championship match last year. He won by cashing in, so I would see Damien winning this match. I don't really think Drew needs to win this match. He needs to put him over at this point. But if they're gonna let Drew win, I guess. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match between Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Versus Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley. I'm not really too high on this, and yeah, I don't really think Lyra and Bayley needs to win. I think Liv should retain. They've been champions for a few weeks. She's been doing her best work last year. I think she needs to retain. I think you have to, save them to be champions before the next few months when they found a credible opponent to win the tag team championship match between Liv and Raquel in the future. So I don't think Lyra and Bayley is suited for it, but I guess it will be alright. Next one is the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match. Braun Breaker versus Finn Balor versus Penta versus Dominik Mysterio. I'm okay if Braun retains. My second option, I'm okay with Finn Balor win. But, for Penta it's too early. Dominik, I don't know if it's okay. Regardless, he's not gonna become champion that long because, yeah, regardless of the situation between him and Finn. But overall, I still think Braun should retain the Intercontinental Championship match. Triple Threat Women's World Championship between Io Sky versus Bianca versus Rhea. Honestly, for me, I have to pick Io to retain. To be honest, like, they kind of build up, it's alright. Like, the thing is, Bianca did win the Elimination Chamber. Rhea, on the other hand, was like, okay, she basically fight her way through to enter this match despite that, things went wrong. Io was champion, and to be honest, she deserves it if she wants to retain, because last year she did not retain her belt. Now, this is the time, can she retain it again? Because let's face it, this is her, only time that she needs a win, because Bianca and Rhea already had their moments. It's time for a new one to finally win some. And then the main event, Cody Rhodes, the champion, versus John Cena. The build-up was nice. Cena heel turn was one thing that I was anticipated of, and finally it happened. It would make sense for babyface against babyface, but still, the 3 weeks that John was in Brussels, Belgium, if I'm not mistaken, Italy, the other one, and then London, it was great. Or if I'm not mistaken, no, it's not Italy. I think Scotland. I might be wrong, but regardless, I want to see John win his 17th championship, and because let's face it, Cody already had his moment. Like, he's been champion for a year. It's time for Cena to finally, regain and have some new fresh ups of matches. I get the feeling that once Cena won the next pay-per-view Backlash, it will be interesting if Randy Orton will be the first one to step up against Cena. And, we will see. But what's going to happen in this match, I get the feeling that John's going to do some illegal tactics where he's about to low blow Cody. And if he needs help, things will goes to show that, yeah, Cena needs some allies because he can't do it on his own. But who knows? Overall, this is going to be interesting. But if I'm gonna pick which is the best WrestleMania in terms of match card, I have to say, because mostly night one is all about, build up for some stories. Night two, uh, some stories, but it wasn't give too much. I think night one has the best terms of storytelling, especially for the triple threat match, the build up for the World Heavyweight Championship, Women's Championship, and Jade versus Naomi, and I guess Raymond against John Gable. But for Sunday, it's like, okay, it's not really that, most matches are not much, made more interest besides the main event and who knows, the triple threat women's championship, women's world championship. But yeah, I think I'll have to pick Saturday as the best terms of match card wise in terms of build ups and all the things than night two. Night two, only the main event and the triple threat women's world championship are the ones that is most anticipated of. But overall, this is a good, match card. I don't know if they could, hit a good run for this WrestleMania, because it doesn't give you that, it doesn't hit you to make you realize that, yeah, this is a good, WrestleMania match card. Knowing that last year it was alright, it was good, but this one is a bit, questionable at this moment, but we'll see. But overall, I'm looking forward to it and I'm really excited. So all I can say is that, comment down below and tell me which match are you anticipating of, and all I can say is that, thank you guys for watching. So give it a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So that'll be all, and we will see each other in the next video, guys. So thank you again for watching. Peace.